What's up, YouTube? I know I haven't been on here in a hot minute, but I decided to make another video today. This time I'm going to be talking about the all the stuff I've bought for the truck so far. I know in my last video I mentioned we were going to be putting the EFI on the truck, and since then I've been buying some parts and waiting and getting them, and so in this video I'm going to show you what I've gotten so far. And I haven't put any videos out because really I've been waiting on a lot of stuff. There's a few things I've done to the truck since the last video, and I'll talk about that again probably next week. I'll put a video out about what I've actually done so far. But I just wanted to show y'all some of the parts I've gotten so far and what I'm waiting on, or not waiting on, but I still need to get. And now I thought I'd throw a video out there on how much this stuff costs in case anybody's wanting to do this. Because I am using Holley EFI. I'm using the HP ECM. So if anybody out there is wanting to do this, I'll just tell y'all how much it costed. I'll put a link in the description and everything of where I got the parts and the part numbers and all that, if y'all want to maybe see for yourself what you can do. Some of the stuff I've got a little bit of a deal on it, so I didn't pay quite as much as what you're going to see, but I'm going to put in the description how much it costs, and I'll mention it in this video as well. But I just figured y'all might want to know what all it took to do, or just how much the parts costed just to start on this. So I did kind of go the more expensive route, I guess you could say, because there's cheaper options out there, I do believe. The way I went was kind of, I don't know. You'll see about what I got going on, but anyway, I'll just take you from the start of like everything I got. And I'm doing all this so I can boost this truck, but I figured, I know you can boost them with the carburetor, they work fine, but I'm wanting to get into EFI tuning because that's just the way things are going now, and I know you can absolutely do it with a carburetor, and it's probably cheaper than this, to be honest with you. But I do think that EFI has an advantage as far as the control you have over not allowing it to detonate and stuff like that. Like it all comes down to how reliable you want it to be, and I do believe that EFI is the most reliable way to go. But anyway, I'll just go ahead and show y'all what all I got, just so y'all know. And then I mentioned the 408 stroker thing. I was going to clear that up. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the motor stock as it is right now. I mean, it's got a cam in it, and you've seen the other videos. It's got the intake on it and everything. But that intake is going to be swapped out. I'm going to use the Hughes FI air gap intake. They're like $800, so this isn't really a cheap build at all. This is more of this is just how I wanted it. So this is what I'm going to do. And I wanted to get familiar with the Holley system because a lot of people use that, and I really want to get into tuning. I'm very passionate about engines and how I just think it's crazy cool. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'll talk a little bit more about the Demon later on, because I remember I mentioned some of my videos talking about putting a 440 in the Dodge, the D150 I mean, and then putting the 360 in that car. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave the 360 in the truck because it'd be a lot easier, it'd be faster to go, and I'll talk about the car in another video of what I'm going to do with that, but I do have a plan for that as well. But that's not going to be anytime soon because it's going to be quite a bit of money as well. So for right now, I'll just take y'all and show you what I've got going on with this. So I think you should do this regardless if you're using a carburetor or EFI. This is a must for these Magnum engines. The Cometic MLS gaskets, I'll give you a part number on that real quick. I'll show you all the part numbers on these things, and I'll put them in the description as well, but I don't know if you can read that. Probably not, but I'll put a part number in there. I don't even know if that side had a part number on it, to be honest with you. Let me see if this side does. No, it says the same thing. Anyway, so that is a must. The head gaskets like to explode, from what I've read, at like 7 or 8 pounds, the stock ones. but these should be good at upwards of 15 pounds. So hopefully we don't go any more than that, and if we do, then oh well, we'll probably be putting a 408 stroker in it because I probably blew it up. But anyway, I got some rod bolts. I'm not real sure if this is really necessary, but I figured I might as well. And there's another guy on YouTube, his name is Fed Up Fab. I don't know if y'all have ever seen his videos, but he does some turbo Magnum stuff, and he put those in there and it helped him a lot. So I figured I might as well, since I'm already gonna be in there. And then of course, head studs. I feel like that's pretty much a given. You need that. Let's see. All right, we'll come over here to the front and see what we got. So I've showed y'all before in the video the HP management system here. It's just the computer. So gotta have that. Well, and then this is let's see if I can find a part number on this. 558409. This is, let's see what they call it, sealed USB cable. Now this is up to y'all if you want to buy them or not. This is like $80, and all it is, as you can see, is just one of these ends with a USB end on the other side, so you can control this box with your laptop or whatever. But the reason I went ahead and bought it is the way I see it. I was spending $1,000 on this. I bought this on Facebook, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Facebook Marketplace. I got this for $1,000. I did pay $80 for this, and the reason I did that was because, as you can see, it's got like a little nut on there that screws on so it doesn't let it bend and all that stuff, and it also has a seal in there, kind of help for moisture and stuff. But I went ahead and got it because the way I see it, I already spent so much money on this, I might as well make sure it's not going to damage this because it wallered out the USB port or whatever, and now I can't tune it, you know. So I went ahead and I wasn't going to skimp out on that. I know, I mean, it's up to you if you want to or not, but I went ahead and did it. I figured it's a safe insurance, because like I said, this is a $1,000 box. I really hate to break it over something as simple as that. But then again, it's also $80 for a $20 part you can get on Amazon or whatever. So it's really up to you. But anyway, moving on. This here is, it just says harness kit on it, and the number is 558504. This is the multi-port fuel injection harness. As you can see, it's got a lot of different connectors and stuff. It's supposed to work for these Magnum engines. Let's see what else. That was pretty expensive, I will say that, for just being a harness, which I guess it would be, but anyway. Now this stuff over here, this is not Holley stuff. This is stuff I got from Low Dollar Motorsports. This is a boost control solenoid. I'll be using that. I went ahead and bought 2 of them. The reason I did that was because there's a deal going on, and if you bought 2 of them, it was like 2 for the price of 1, so I figured why not, you know. Or it wasn't exactly the price of 1, it was $5 more, but I figured I'd go ahead and get 2 of them because I may be doing something with a boost solenoid on the other car, so I figured I might as well just grab both of them. And it also came with a T, so I guess you could hook them together if you wanted to. I don't really know if I'll be doing that or not, but we'll see how it goes. But anyway, this place has a lot cheaper stuff, and it works with Holley. As you can see here, I got a 0 through 100 psi pressure gauge. There's one there. I think I got 2 of those. I don't remember why, to be honest with you, but there is a reason, and we'll probably figure out why later on in the video, or not in this video, but as time progresses and we start working on the stuff. There's a reason I needed 2 of them. I can't remember off the top of my head now, but this is the same thing. 0 through 100 psi. It's a pressure sensor. And then we also got, well, if I can get it out of there. It's kind of nice, they come in these little protector things, these little sleeves. Anyway, this is a 0 through 25 psi pressure gauge. I got this one. This is for boost, I believe. No, take that back. This is for something else. I think one of these actually was for fuel pressure. I believe that's what I was using one of these for. But I don't remember what this was for actually. Oh, it might have been for on top of the boost, my control gauge, I believe. I think that was supposed to go on there, or the blow-off valve. the wastegate, I mean. I was going to use it on that, or one of those two on that, I believe, because there's some way you got to wire it to where the ECM can control it, and it needs to see the pressure before it releases it or whatever. Anyways, move on. Now I also got a 3-bar map sensor. I'll be needing that because we are going to be using boost, and that's what that is. So went ahead and got that. And then right here they send you, it's like a package. It just tells you the voltage and what PSI it means and all that, just so you know everything's reading right and calibrated correctly through your ECM, which we'll probably dig into that later, and I'll go more in depth on that. But anyway, and it sends you connectors and everything that you'll need to make these work. But it's pretty good. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description of everything and how much it costs at the, so you guys can have an idea. And then this is pretty important. With these engines, I'm not sure if anyone really knows too much about the distributors on these, but the stock one will not work with the system. So I went ahead and bought the dual sync distributor. This is supposed to work with their system for the multi-port fuel injection. And basically, it's just working as like a cam sensor is how it works. But I'm not going to take it out of the box because you can see there, that's what it looks like. And if you notice, it's got spark plug wires here, or the ends for the spark plug wires, which we're not going to be using that. We are going to be using, now don't hate me for this, but I got these off of a truck with an LS in it. Now I got these because a coil-on plug setup is better than that. I mean, it's just the way it is. And a lot of that has to do with just the length it has to travel, the spark does. I know it sounds kind of stupid, like it's kind of far-fetched, but it is true. I've looked into it a little bit, and it does actually have an effect. And it shortens the wires down, makes it look a little better, neatens it up a little bit. So I went ahead and got some LS coil packs. And I had to make sure you get them with the sub harness, because that's what this is for. This will actually allow me to plug my wiring harness over there into these injectors, and I gotta have this so that can work, because these connectors should plug right into these connectors and make everything all happy. Well, anyway, but since I am getting rid of this little top cap part here, I gotta use this. It's got the number here, 556103. I'm sorry, 566103. And it's just a blank cap. Let's just show you all that real quick. I'll picture it on the box. This just sits right on top of it. It just goes right on top of that. You take those screws off, and it's just slide right on top of that. So it just kind of blocks it off, because we don't need that. Because like I said, we're going to be running these, so we don't need that. And it'll make it look a little nicer too, I think. Anyways, trying to think. Oh, the part number on this, I need to tell y'all what that is, if I can find it. Oh, here it is. Part number on this is 565208, and it's a dual sync distributor for a mopar, Chrysler small block. Figured I would show you all that. And then the part number for this, 558307. So that's that stuff there. Now we're going to get into the fuel system, because obviously that needs to be upgraded. This is a 100 gallons per hour fuel pump. It's a Holley fuel pump. It was about, I think it was 200 bucks. So not too terrible. Come with a fitting and some stuff for wiring it up. And I got a fuel pump relay kit. This is from Mr. Gasket. Yeah, that's nothing really crazy there. And then I got the fuel filters, also got them from Holley, and they are also $115 a piece, I believe. And this is a 10 micron, and this is a 100 micron. And if you look on the back here, it tells you 10 micron for EFI applications installed after the fuel pump, and 100 micron for all applications to be used as a pre-filter installed before the fuel pump. That's very important. Don't want to get these two mixed up. But since I am using EFI, I will be using the 10 micron as well as the 100 micron. Now if you were using the carburetor, you'd want to use the 40 micron, and that would be after the fuel pump. Okay, and then I bought some 6AN line here. I don't believe I'm going to need bigger fuel line than that. I think that'll keep us good for where we're at right now on the power level. And it's got some assortment of fittings and everything. It was a pretty good deal, so I went ahead and got this brand's brifitor. Like I said, they don't have a part number on the package, but it will be in the description. Let's see what else. This box closed. Okay. So that's the fuel system, and I'm still waiting on 2 things for that. That's what I was going to go over. I do still need to get a regulator as well as injectors, and I'm going to be using the XL injectors. I'll put the part number in there. They're going to be 61-pound injectors, and there's a calculation you can do to figure out how much injector you need as far as pounds an hour and all that, and I can go over that in another video, but I don't want to take too much time on this one. But pretty much that's all we got here for right now. But like I said, I still do need to get the fuel regulator as well as the injectors and the intake. That's what I'm waiting on right now. Not really waiting on it, but more so saving up for it, because if you're not aware, the Hughes intake is $800 and the injectors will be about $600, and I think the regulator was $200 something, or maybe it might have been less than that, but anyway, it's a pretty big hit. So just so y'all know, this is not cheap. This is a pretty expensive way to do this. I mean, there's definitely ways that's a lot cheaper, and I may talk about that in another video or something later on. But this is how I'm going to do it, and well, that's all I got to say about that. Well, I guess like I said, I'll put another video out next week about the truck, what I've done to it so far. I put a battery relocation kit in it, and I'll do a video on that, and then some of the wiring stuff I've done, and what my plans are for having the hood and the doghouse basically to come off the truck, how I'm going to do that, in case anybody's interested in that. And yeah, later on this week I'm going to post another video about this might be, I don't know, I'm going to post another video about Hemis and 440s and Magnums and what my thoughts are on all 3 and where I think they should be used in certain situations, like what depends on your budget and your build and everything in between. So there's another video, I'm going to go over that in case anybody's wondering what my thoughts are on. I know everybody's got opinions, so this is just mine. But in this next one I'll talk about that, and yeah. Well, anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions about this, let me know, and I'll try to get back with you all as soon as possible. Thank you.